Tried this tea today, pineapple berry blue herbal tea. See what they talk about. See what they talking about. E. Jones, what's good, man? Alright, let me see who else is on here. Some people I'm not seeing the chat on this right here. I don't know why. Okay. Alright, but anyway, so we made it. Finally made it. Man, this week was, I know I literally say it every week, but this week was a pretty awesome week, I feel. For training. This sun is no joke. Man. Sun is no joke. Yeah, very powerful week for training, and you know, it's pretty awesome when we can get into training and then like we immediately shift right into things that are relevant. This week I was talking a lot about timing. You know, we trade binary options, so with what we trade, everything is about time. Like everything that we're doing is about time. In order for you to make money, you got to be accurate and precise with your timing. That's the whole point. You know, for that reason, it makes so much sense when the training focuses in particular on, you know, the things that are the most relevant for us. And timing is something that's always relevant, even if I'm not talking specifically about that. You know what I mean? Pretty good. You know why I like these? These are pretty good, these T-Binaries, because they're not sweet. They're not that sweet. They don't got a lot of sugar in them. It has 21 grams of sugar. Not bad. All right, cool. Stacy, what's up? Yeah, but definitely about timing. And this week we really were able to focus on it heavily. What's up, James? What's good, Jelani? Yeah, we were able to get like into the nooks and crannies of it. And that's so important because timing is always relevant, but it's different when you understand that timing is everything. So what begins to happen is you begin to take all of your observation and all of your study that you do, and then you're making it relative to timing in your own head, and you begin to connect the dots. You know what I mean? Like, so things start to just begin to make so much more sense because you're realizing like, oh, this whole thing is about the timing. Like that's how you reach the goal. You know, anytime the market is doing things that are telling us to stay out, what that does is it acts like a protective measure to keep us out the market because the timing is off. So you see how it comes right back full circle to the timing every single time? Every single time. No pun intended. Yeah, but how'd y'all do this week in the market? That I'm curious to know. How did you guys do this week with your trading? Did you guys take trades this week? James said he's 0-0 for the week. He's asking what I want to know. Did anybody get a trade this week? I actually, today, earlier, we had an MRMH. And I took a trade earlier today for the Blueprint project. Somebody was out there leaving money on the table, and I took it. A couple of y'all got to witness me take it. Because y'all saw the same thing I did. And I know y'all were saying the same thing that I was saying too. It was like, that looks like some money on the table. But it's powerful, man. Like, just the fact that we can all kind of be on the same page and understanding the market in the same manner is retarded to me. Like, that is insane to me. The fact that we're able to do that, and then it synergizes throughout the group, and now more and more people are becoming, in tune at a higher level within their trading and within their learning curve. So they're beginning to understand when we talk about these things. Like, it's not foreign. Matthew, what's good, man? It's becoming less and less foreign to folks. And I definitely appreciate that, because that's the whole point for me. That's the whole point. Ooh, Jelani said he was 2-0. Oh. Jelani. Talk about that, man. So what kind of trades did you take? I'm curious to know. Expound on that. That's good work, man. 2-0. Very good. I was seeing comments over here. What happened? Ooh, Stacy says she want to know. What's good, Adam? What's happening, man? I want to see what Jelani said. Let me see. Jelani said both trades were money left on the table. I like that. I like that. One on Tuesday, he said someone left 17 today. Someone left 25 this morning on the table. Nice. Very nice, man. I know many of the newer students don't really know what we're talking about yet. But like I go over that and I talk about it specifically in training. There are specific things that you'll detect on the NADEX platform that actually goes on. What's up, Carlos? Specific things. Sometimes they're subtle, sometimes they're obvious. But you begin to learn how to navigate on the NADEX platform and learn specific nuances that you can capitalize on. So money being left on the table, quote unquote, that's one of the nuances. Because NADEX is an exchange. So what that means is that every time that we're taking a trade, we're trading against someone on the other side of the market. So you can only do one or two things. You either buying or you selling, and you either right or you wrong when the trade is over. So it's a 5-minute binary. When that clock runs out, you're either correct or you're not correct about where the market ends relative to the option. So there's only two parties, there's two sides, the buyers and the sellers, and whoever is correct about where the market ends collects that money. So now, with that being said, it's an exchange, so that means that you can actually place orders on the platform. And what happens many times is people will place an order on the platform, they might have forgot that they placed it, or they want to like gamble with what they think that the market might do. And because we're in the know and we know what the market is doing, if they leave some money on the table, when we know what the market is about at the time, thank you very much. Ka-ching. We can take that. And we do take that. Exactly like Matthew said. He said he out there killing hopes. See, that's what it is. And that's a very important way to look at that, because you got to realize if somebody's leaving money on the table, what they're saying is, let me do this because it's a low risk trade. You know, if I lose, I'm only going to lose $20, $25, whatever it is. So they're looking at it like, well, I got a low risk trade. How are we looking at it? I got your money. I got your money. Thank you. I know the market better than you. If you do that, I'm taking that all day. Like literally, if you get caught slipping, I got you. And that's how the whole Team Alliance is. So that's why I always say, I put anybody on Team Alliance up against whoever. But that's good stuff though, man. That's powerful. Powerful. James has said, are those usually one contract size trades left on the table or multiple contract size? I never tried it. The one I caught today, I caught 13 contracts out of the 16 that I went for. So, I mean, it depends on how many contracts somebody is out there messing around with. Sometimes it might be one or two, but then, I mean, today, I think when I looked at the size that was there, it said 10. So it was only showing me 10, but when I got filled for 13. So that's another thing about looking at the liquidity on the platform. When you're seeing the sizes of the volume, like right next to the bid and the ask, you see a number. The number showing the size of the available contracts. But you have to remember that on the platform, the pricing is a display at the split second mark. So if it's showing like a price with an amount next to it, it's saying, all right, there's 10 contracts available at this price. But it could be flashing that price 10 times. You understand what I'm saying? There could be 100 contracts at that price. But it's not going to show you volume of 100. It's going to show you volume of 10, and it will just be multiplied out by however many contracts there are in total. So that's why, like, people always ask me questions about the liquidity. I'm like, you know, get your contracts up and you tell me. You find out for yourself. Like, don't ask me if there's liquidity at 200 contracts when you're not at 50 contracts. Get to 50 contracts first, and then you tell me what the liquidity looks like at 50. You tell me if you get filled on your orders. But yeah, but that's usually what it is, James. What's happening, Mark Z? Yep, that's usually what it is. Matthew said, I told y'all before, no mercy on those. Donated to my foundation. That's it. You get caught slipping, I got you. Yep, I got you, man. And it's so funny because people will do that. People do that regularly. It seems like now they're doing it more often too. Now, mind you, I'm pointing it out, and of course that's something that we can capitalize on, but we're not basing, you know, our career off of waiting for that type of opportunity. You know, that's not what I'm suggesting. I'm only mentioning that because it's something that actually happens. It's something that goes on, and when you understand, you know, in detail the dynamic of how the platform functions, you just begin to open up your understanding of different nuances that you can capitalize on. That's one of them. That's a strong one, because that's people leaving money on the table and you taking it. It's like it don't get no easier than that. It's like taking candy from a baby. But another thing I want to say about just the way that we trade in general, our whole approach to trading is like taking candy from a baby. Because you got to understand, like, when people are trading in general, most people are trying to shoot for a good risk reward on the trade. That works to our benefit. Like, you gotta understand, that's one of the reasons why we are and will continue to be very successful. 99% of everybody out there, especially people on this platform, when they think, they're thinking in terms of risk reward. Now, we broke down and dissected all of that. We don't even deal with risk reward. We don't even deal with risk, not from the traditional sense. The traditional way of thinking in terms of risk, we're not even dealing with risk on that level. Risk is simple when it comes to this. Either you have skill or you don't. If you don't have skill, you're at risk. If you do have skill, there's no risk. I know that that's a bold statement to make, and that it sounds crazy. I know that that sounds crazy to people, and it should. You don't understand that until you get here. When you get here, you begin to understand why. You begin to understand. This is about, it's about skill. It doesn't matter how good you are at picking a trade or, you know, following a pattern. That's not how you make money on the regular. The way that you make money consistently every time that you trade is by being well informed about what the behavior and the environment of the market is. That way you know that you can execute whatever your methodology or your strategy might be. See, people will use a strategy or a method, but they don't have the basis of what is going to back up their strategy or method. So they're trading with their method, but they don't have awareness in the market of how the environment actually is. So you're trying to take a pattern and you're trying to curve fit it to the market all the time, instead of waiting for the market to reveal its behavior. The behavior of the market is going to tell you whether that pattern is even going to be productive. But if you don't know that, you're trying to force the pattern on the market all the time. That's why sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. Because the piece that you're missing is your understanding of the market. You don't understand environment and behavior. You don't know anything about it. All you got is your method and your pattern, your strategy. That's all you got. That's why you will lose trades. And when you lose, then you try to get that back that you lost. So you fall right into what? Revenge trading. And it just never stops. You get caught in the loop. This is where everybody is. You gotta understand, everybody who's trading is in that loop, except for us. Everybody. That's how everybody trades. Man, come on, man. Matthew said, think of those as bonus money, like if you have a regular job. Right. When they leaving money on the table like that, that's a good way to look at it. That's strong. My goodness. What's happening, Ash? Ash said, if you lose a trade, would you stop trading for the whole day, even if you think you can continue to take trades, or restart the next day? If that happened in your challenges, I know they haven't, but if they did, would you carry on looking for the next trade? I would not carry on the same day. The rule is, if you lose, you need to stop and study, not stop and then try to trade it back. Let me repeat that. If you lose, stop and study. Do not stop and then try to trade it back. Don't do that, ever. So that means no more trading for that day. You need to dedicate the rest of the day to studying what you missed in the market that led to you losing that trade. Remember that the only way you're going to lose a trade is if you're wrong about the way that you interpreted the market. That's it. So you need to get good at interpretation. It's not that you're trying to get good at a strategy. There is no strategy here. What's the strategy? There's no strategy. All we have are rules and interpretation. We interpret the market first, We find out if the market environment is what it needs to be in order for us to apply our rules. That's it. That's why when we apply our rules in the right market environment, it's winner, winner, chicken dinner every time. Every time. You need patience to wait for that to come. You need discipline to not deviate away from that and do anything else while you're waiting for that to come. Doesn't that make sense? I mean, this shit is like, it's amazing when you actually put it in that context, because you begin to unwind and unravel it in your own head, so you understand why you're doing things the way that you're being trained to do. Like, I don't even, I'm not even going to discourage you from getting into training and then trying to, like, I challenge you, if you're new, to try to pick apart the training. Like, pick it apart. Ask questions. Oh, well, Mark, why do we do this? Why do we gotta wait for this? I want you to break it down so that you get the understanding for yourself. When you see the market for yourself, you'll immediately understand why. So now you're not just doing something because, oh, well, the rule says to do this. You're understanding why that rule is there to begin with. You're understanding why you need to detect and recognize the environment of the market first. Why do you need to observe and study what the behavior is, and what does that need mean? Where are you going with it? Where is that leading you up to? Why can't you do anything without permission? Why? These are questions that I want you to ask. And as you ask the questions, the answers come. When you watch the training video, I guarantee you the same question that you're asking, the answer's in the video already. But yeah, as far as that goes, I definitely would say no, you don't keep trading. Absolutely not. Ash said, I asked because it could take long to get money back, so would you go right back in? Nope. Nope. And see, this is another reason why the spreadsheet is in place. Because the spreadsheet is the guidance. It's like a roadmap. It's letting you know where you should be as far as your contract size based on your account size. So the most difficult part, if you're following the spreadsheet, like, understand this, if you're following the spreadsheet, the hardest part is the beginning of the spreadsheet. Not later when the contracts get bigger. That's easy. The beginning is the most difficult part, because you can't afford to lose in the beginning. If you lose, let's say that you take 2 trades and lose. If you lose that second trade, your account is done. You don't have enough in there to trade. You see what I'm saying? You have to win in the beginning. So what happens is, if you're winning in the beginning, you understand why you're winning. You're waiting on the market to deliver environment, behavior, everything that you need in order to take your trade when it comes. If you develop that habit early, that's the same habit that you'll have throughout. So you're never doing anything different. And like, I understand the concern that you have and why you're asking these questions. Like, man, if you lose one, it's gonna take a long time to get it back. No, it's not. It's actually not gonna take that long. So the key to it is to not even think about losing at all, because the only reason that you would lose is because you're not doing your job properly. Not because the market did some random arbitrary thing that made you lose. That's not what it was. You did not do your job thoroughly enough. So you need to get better at your job before you start actually taking trades with real money. That's what it is. That's a clip right there. That whole segment I just said, I gotta clip that. That is important. That right there that I just said. Jeez. Jelani said, that was my first 2 trades on live as well. I didn't know you went live. Jelani is live. He said, I went live in early May, but I took more time to learn and study and observe. The skill trades, the blueprint project was the icing on the cake for me. Nice. Nice. Jamal, what's good, man? Jamal said, amen. Adam said, no need to revenge trade if you don't lose. Come on, man. See, the TA vibe is insane. This is what I be telling people, man. People, they keep wondering and asking questions. I'm like, listen, what you want me to tell you? I gotta repeat that. He said, no need to revenge trade if you don't lose. Woo. Matthew said, imagine a person that can see reading a book in Braille. The thing is, they have already read that book and watched the movie. That's TA. Wow. That's hard, man. That's hard. See, and that's a good example to use, because Braille is a form of communication with a different sense, right? Braille, you're using feeling. Your ability to recognize through the feeling is how you're reading. Like, you know what the letters are in Braille, and you're interpreting the book, and whatever words are there, you're interpreting it using your feeling sense. So the communication is the same. You're still reading the book, but you're using a different form of communication. You're using your sense of feeling. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, good stuff, man. Sean, what's happening? Stacy said, all you need is one trade a day or better. Yet one trade a week, because at that time you would have been too skilled up to whatever, or you would have been able to scale up to whatever. Got you. Exactly. That's funny that she's even saying that, because I was having a conversation with someone about that. I don't remember who it was, but they asked me, you know, what do I need to do to get up to, like, it was a large number. It was a big ass number. Like 5 digits a month. And I was like, well, first of all, you want to break that down to the point where you would, in the worst case scenario, let's say you only took one trade a week. You know what I'm saying? You would want to be at the contract size so that your income desire is based on one trade for the week. What this does is it automatically eliminates stress, first of all. Secondly, what it does is it positions you to be at an advantage. So if you get more trades than that, like basically if you get 2 trades, you just double your income expectation. Instead of you expecting 2 trades, you base it on only receiving 1 trade for the week. What if you have a good week and you get 3, 4, 5 trades for that week? That means you can double, 3x, 4x, 5x your expectation in that 1 week. You understand what I'm saying? So don't over exaggerate your expectation. You want to undervalue your expectation. and then over deliver on your actual performance. You might just end up getting a bunch of trades that week. And then in a week where you don't get a lot of trades, you end up getting your one trade and then you meet your expectation for that week. See, it makes so much sense to always reverse engineer whatever it is that you're trying to do. Do it in reverse, and then you can make sense out of it. That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Jelani said, I saw and recorded that one with the 72 from this morning, but I had one already, so I didn't feel the need to go for more. Look at that. You know what that's called? Discipline. And not being greedy. Not being greedy, man. This is amazing stuff, man. Like I'm every, like every week I'm just further and further amazed at how we just keep elevating throughout this. It's just crazy to me. It really is. Like, because people don't understand the degree of something until the result of it happens. Like people get excited about results. They don't get excited about the process that leads to results. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that that's just the nature of everybody. People don't, you try to explain what you do and you're like, listen, I'm training and I'm learning the skill. Like, don't ask me how much money I'm making. I'm training and I'm learning the skill so I can make whatever I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say that to somebody, they're like, oh, that means you ain't making no money. And it's like, well, to you, I'm not making any money, but I'm making the real money now because I'm getting the thing that is going to allow me to make whatever I want to later on. Like, that's the mindset that you have to just grasp and hold on to. And as you move through your training, you getting closer and closer to where you're going to be. And I'm telling you, like, the transition is the more that you train, the more seamless the transition is. Like, you don't just go from not trading at all to, oh, I'm live now, I'm trading full time. Like, no, you go from not trading at all, but you're training. Not trading, still training. Not taking trades, still training. Open up your live account, still training. Paper trading in your live account, still training. Like, it's a gradual progression. Still paper trade in your live account, still training. Take a trade in your live account, win. Record it. Share it. We talk about it. Oh, that was it. That was it. You get validated. Like, I'm just giving you an example. You get validated because you're following a system that's going to allow you to navigate through the training and elevate your skill along the way as you navigate through training. And then when you get in position to actually execute in the trade, you're doing what you were trained to do. You're not doing anything new. You see what I'm saying? By the time you go live, you're not taking different trades now that you live. You're not taking different trades than what you were doing when you were paper trading. You're not taking different trades than what you were doing when you were practicing on demo. What are you doing? You're doing the exact same thing you were doing throughout your whole training. You see, that's how you transition. So it's like when you move that way, which is the way that you should move, because that's the way that you're actually going to be able to elevate your skill. When you move that way, you don't ever arrive at your destination because you're on a permanent journey. You see? By the time you get to the point where you're trading and making money, you're still on the journey. You haven't arrived. Does that make sense? You're elevating along the journey. You're not arriving at the destination. There ain't no destination. It's a journey. The whole thing is a journey. This is what I was thinking about yesterday. Like it kind of just hit me out of nowhere. I was like, wait, you know what? It's not this not a destination. There's no end to this. We're literally elevating along the journey the whole time. And as you elevate, you don't go backwards. You might stutter step, but you don't fall off. And even if you were to fall off, you get your ass back up and you get back on the path and continue on the journey. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like there's no end to it. You just continue to go, just go. Training, paper trading, training. Now I'm on live paper trading. And you just keep doing the dynamic. And I'm telling you, but look, I didn't even know Jelani was live. He didn't even tell me. He was like, oh, I went live in May. What? It's June. Now, mind you, he went live in May and didn't take a trade yet. He just took the first two trades, he said. You see the point that I'm making? How long was he training before that? Months. Come on, man. Come on. Like, it's scientific, man. It's not. Like, this ain't guesswork and hope and wishing. This is scientific, man. Like, for real. Crazy. Jelani said, I've had people on the outside asking me why I wasn't taking any trades. I told them I don't take anything, I receive. Ooh. He said, and I didn't have all the bullets in the chamber yet, even though I went live. And look at the humility that he has. You see, look how humble he is about it. He's like, even though I went live, nah, I'm not trading yet like that. I'm still moving. I'm still navigating and positioning myself. It's just like being a sniper. You don't just go pick a spot and shoot. You got to go survey the area to see where the best spot is to go to. Where's the best spot to go to so you have the best vantage point for your target? You got to figure that out first. You ain't shot a shot yet. You ain't shoot nothing. And then even when you get in position, you got to take your gun out, oil it, prepare it, load it up. Then you got to look and find your target. Then even after you find your target, what if the target is moving? You waiting for the target to not move or to slow down. Like, come on, man. Like, that's what I'm talking about, man. Matthew said, which is why you always use your GPS. Your training. That's another good analogy. That's powerful too. The reason I like GPS is because I like the idea of GPS over trying to figure stuff out on your own. It's just like if you traveling somewhere, like I tell my wife this all the time. She'd be like, oh, well, I don't know what time we're gonna get there, but I'm like, turn the GPS on. Oh, I don't always like the GPS. Turn the GPS on. Turn the GPS on. GPS gives you an estimate of the time that you'll be there at. It lets you know the time you'll get there, right? Based on the traffic condition. On top of that, it's letting you know the fastest route. It's telling you the fastest route. Use the GPS. Oh, well, no, I don't like to go that way. You don't like to go that way? You want to get there faster, or you want to get there your way? That's a good example. You see what I'm saying? Like there are people that would rather do it their way than do it the best way. So now, if you late for your appointment, you could have been there 15 minutes earlier if you just went the way that the GPS told you to go. That was good. That was good right there. That was good stuff. Facts. Adam said the GPS knows more than you. Come on, man. And my thing is, look at what you're able to do with the GPS. Turn it on and just relax. Turn it on, turn left here. And 500 feet, turn right. Your destination is on the left. Really? Is that easy? Now, mind you, you can plug in anywhere. Like, you plug in anything. It don't matter what destination you put in that GPS. It's gonna tell you how to get there the fastest route, and it's gonna give you step-by-step instruction along the way to get there. Come on, man. It's step-by-step. Turn left here. Turn right. Come on, man. That's your training. That's your training. That's MRMH all day. It's crazy, man. Yeah, but I'm very happy. I'm very excited for, everybody. Like, from the newest person to the person that been rocking it out for a while. Because there's so much that is coming to you. It's just valuable. It's just like, all of the training is valuable. Like, wherever you are in the training, you could have just started, or you could have been training for a year. The training is valuable, and you have to remember, on your journey, you're dealing with yourself. The process of dealing with yourself takes however long it takes. So the majority of your time is being spent dealing with you. You're learning how to master yourself within this process of learning how to understand the market. The more that you understand about the market, the more you're beginning to understand about yourself, and vice versa. And I would actually argue that you're learning more about yourself first. And that's when the light bulbs come on and shine brighter for you in the market. The more that you learn about you, the market stuff becomes easier. Because they're connected. They are connected. The market is the mirror, and it's showing you you. You're looking at the market, looking at yourself, and you're beginning to figure out how to have more patience. You're figuring out how to be more disciplined. Nope, I'm not taking no trade. I'm not bullshitting. I'm not doing that. Nope, I'm not gonna go on Google and search for NADEX signals. No, I'm not gonna buy somebody else's course and buy some strategies and try to do something else on the 1 hour time frame. Maybe I could trade hourlies. Maybe I could trade Forex. It's like you're scatterbrained and you're doing too much. And I'm not saying that because you're training with us. You probably were doing most of that stuff before you got here. Like, I'm just saying, once you get here, you really found what it is that you're looking for. Like, and I'm not just saying that. That's what it is. And you don't got to ask me that. When you come in here, ask everybody else. Ask them. It's all facts. Like, this is real. It has to become a lifestyle for you. It has to be incorporated into your life. It has to be. Why wouldn't it be? Check this out. Why would it not be incorporated into your life if you're learning how to control yourself? Doesn't even make sense. You have to incorporate it into your life. You're learning how to deal with yourself in the process. Come on, man. Ash said the market rhythm is like music. If you listen to the beat in the background music you have in Starbucks, you may have not heard the music before, but you can anticipate the next beat before it comes. That's how the market works, and if we can read that, then that's gold. That's what you're learning how to do. That's exactly what you're learning how to do. Market speaks a language. You're learning how to speak the language. During the process, you're learning so much about yourself in the process, because you're learning all of the elements that will allow you to have the self-control to stay in tune with the market. Think about that. Like, that's insane. That's a higher level of, like, your mindset is shifting up to even comprehend that. Come on, man. Jelani said the GPS is a great analogy. Use the GPS even if you know the way. Need a moment of silence for that. He said, use the GPS even if you know the way. Listen, he said the routes change like the market changes. Come on. So your GPS is your guide to the road, just like MRMH is your guide in the market. Alright, I had enough. I'm about to go do cartwheels. Like, I'm about to go in the parking lot and do cartwheels right now. What's up, Peleus? What's up, Justin? Like, I'm leaving. I'm not even playing. I'm about to leave. I'll see y'all on Sunday. Jelani, I'm out.